the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Prince.
She's not going to be safe with the prince. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. The ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures.
Disney's new Snow White has reportedly gone from a bold reimagining to Hollywood's latest scandal. With whispers of production chaos, a backlash against the trailer, and accusations of destroying a classic, the internet is ablaze. Is this the end for Disney's fairy tale magic? Let's unpack the storm of controversy surrounding this film. Disney's approach to releasing the Snow White trailer left fans scratching their heads. Rather than building excitement through a grand online launch, the studio made the odd choice to limit its release to select theaters. For over a week, the trailer was available only in a handful of locations, leaving fans wondering why such a highly anticipated project wasn't shared more widely. When the trailer failed to appear online, speculation began. Was Disney trying to control the narrative, or was it a sign of trouble behind the scenes?
Being as white as snow, Rachel Zegler does not fit that description.
Adding to the mystery, fans only got their first glimpse when someone leaked a recording online. This unconventional marketing strategy raised even more questions. Why would Disney, a company known for its massive promotional campaigns, hold back on this project? By the time the studio finally posted the trailer to YouTube, the damage was already done. Fans were quick to voice their opinions, and the feedback was overwhelmingly negative. The decision to delay the release left many feeling disconnected and frustrated, sparking widespread debates across social media. Could this hesitation mean Disney was bracing for backlash? Whatever the reason, the trailer's release strategy added fuel to the fire of what was already shaping up to be a controversial film launch. When the trailer finally went public, the internet wasted no time responding, and the reactions were anything but positive. The trailer quickly racked up an overwhelming number of dislikes, far outpacing the likes. Fans took to the comments section to vent their frustrations, and many of their remarks were scathing. Comments like, "Disney finally made a movie nobody will pirate," and "The trailer's monetization might earn more than the movie itself," reflected the sharp criticism coming from disappointed fans.
I guess Disney thought was a good thing, considering there had been a little bit of backlash.
It wasn't just the numbers that revealed the backlash. The tone of the comments showed how deeply audiences felt about this adaptation. For those who hadn't seen the trailer, the online reactions alone painted a grim picture, and when fans finally watched it, their worst fears were confirmed. The visual quality, tone, and direction of the trailer felt disconnected from what audiences had hoped for. The question remained, how could a studio as experienced as Disney misstep so dramatically? With each passing day, the negative reception grew louder, creating an avalanche of criticism that even Disney couldn't ignore. Was this a sign of deeper problems within the studio? Or was it simply a case of high expectations gone unmet? Either way, the damage to the movie's reputation seemed irreversible. One of the biggest complaints surrounding the Snow White trailer was the visual quality.
The CGI looks so bad.
Fans were quick to point out the overuse of CGI, describing the animation as lifeless and artificial. The creatures, while designed to resemble their original counterparts, lacked the charm and magic that once defined Disney classics. Critics also called out the oversaturated colors and the lack of realism in the visuals. Even comparisons to older Disney films like The Chronicles of Narnia highlighted how much the studio's standards had declined. Despite having advanced technology and massive budgets, Disney seemed unable to recapture the visual splendor of its past. The backlash wasn't limited to the animals. The sets and costumes also came under fire. Fans described the settings as overly reliant on green screens, making everything look fake and out of place. Costumes, which should have added to the film's grandeur, were criticized for appearing cheap and uninspired. These shortcomings begged the question, how could a studio with Disney's resources deliver such subpar visuals? The reliance on CGI, rather than practical effects or detailed craftsmanship, left many fans feeling disconnected from the story.
Maybe this was going to be a woke retelling of the Snow White story.
Could Disney's cost-cutting measures be to blame? Or was it simply a lack of attention to detail? The modernization of Snow White became another source of heated debate. Fans had long cherished the original tale for its timeless lessons and magical storytelling. However, the trailer suggested that Disney's updated version strayed far from the original narrative. In this retelling, the focus shifted away from the classic story of love and bravery. Instead, the film appeared to prioritize a more modern message that many felt clashed with the original's heart. Fans expressed concerns that this approach sacrificed the integrity of the story in favor of a message that didn't resonate with everyone. Adding to the controversy, the trailer seemed to juggle two competing narratives, the original tale and the modernized version. This created a sense of disconnection, leaving viewers unsure of what the film was trying to achieve. How could the iconic scene of Snow White eating the poisoned apple coexist with a story so drastically altered? For many, it felt like Disney was trying to appeal to everyone, and in doing so, satisfied no one. The changes to the story left fans questioning whether the studio truly understood what made the original Snow White so beloved. Could nostalgia alone save the film? Or had Disney strayed too far from its roots to win audiences back? Casting decisions for Snow White fueled even more controversy. Rachel Zegler, cast as Snow White, faced significant backlash for her comments about the original story. Her interviews, where she appeared to criticize elements of the classic tale, alienated many fans who saw her remarks as dismissive. Even Gal Gadot, who played the evil queen, couldn't escape scrutiny. While fans expected a dramatic and commanding performance, the trailer showed a portrayal that felt stiff and uninspired. The evil queen, one of Disney's most iconic villains, lacked the charisma and presence that had made past villains unforgettable. Beyond the performances, rumors of on-set tension further dampened enthusiasm. Reports of disagreements and production issues painted a picture of a film struggling to find its footing. These challenges only added to the skepticism surrounding the project. Fans couldn't help but wonder,
I just mean that it's no longer 1937. There's a big focus on her love story. So we didn't do that this time.
how did a movie with so much potential end up here? The casting controversies and rumored drama overshadowed any excitement for the film, leaving many questioning whether the project was doomed from the start. Could the performances redeem the film? Or would they become yet another reason for its downfall? The financial stakes for Snow White are staggering. Reports suggest the movie's production costs exceeded $300 million due to extensive reshoots and marketing efforts. For a film already facing public backlash, this massive budget only heightened expectations and the pressure to deliver. Comparisons to previous Disney projects like The Little Mermaid revealed a troubling trend. Despite a similarly high budget, that film failed to turn a significant profit. If Snow White followed the same path, it could become one of Disney's most expensive failures. Adding to the concern was Disney's reliance on reshoots to address public criticism. While these changes aimed to fix perceived issues, they also ballooned the film's costs, making it even harder to break even. Fans began to speculate. Was Disney throwing money at a problem it couldn't solve? The studio's financial gamble raised an important question. Could Snow White recover its costs and win back audiences, or was it destined to be a box office disaster? The answers remained uncertain, but one thing was clear. The stakes for this film were higher than ever. The fan backlash to Snow White extended beyond the trailer. For years, audiences have voiced frustration with Disney's direction, and this film seemed to epitomize their concerns. The comments section of the trailer became a hub for fans to express their disappointment, with many calling it Disney's worst project yet. The critiques weren't limited to the trailer itself. Fans also pointed to broader issues within Disney, from declining production quality to a perceived disconnect between the studio and its audience. For many, Snow White symbolized the culmination of these problems, a once beloved company losing its way. This widespread frustration left fans questioning Disney's future. Could the studio regain its footing, or was it stuck in a cycle of mediocrity? The answer remained unclear, but the overwhelming backlash to Snow White made one thing certain: fans were demanding better. The controversy surrounding Snow White is about more than just one movie. It reflects a larger challenge for Disney. Over the years, the studio has struggled to balance honoring its legacy with meeting modern expectations. For many fans, Snow White represents a tipping point in this ongoing struggle. As Disney continues to face criticism, the studio must decide how to move forward. Can it win back audiences by returning to its roots, or will it double down on its current approach? The stakes are higher than ever, and the future of Disney's live-action adaptations may depend on how the studio responds to this backlash. The Snow White controversy is a defining moment for Disney. Fans have spoken, and their message is clear. They expect better. Whether the studio can rise to the occasion remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the backlash to Snow White has set the stage for a major reckoning. As we look ahead, the stakes for Disney couldn't be higher. Will Snow White become a turning point, sparking a new era of creativity and connection with audiences? Or will it mark the beginning of a larger decline? What do you think? Is Disney capable of turning things around, or has it lost its magic for good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other videos exploring the challenges and triumphs of this legendary studio.